guys. Time to hook up the rake and hook the baler. This is my everything tractor, so yeah, I got 2390 over there with Dad's baler. I do have a certain percentage of ownership of that tractor, but Dad's got it hooked to his baler. He got it going yesterday, which is kind of handy. He made 20 bales for me. He's got some hay to bale out at my brother-in-law's, so if he can maybe I can't do this with one hand. I've never set this down anywhere and had it work, so oh, what the heck, let's try. Anyhow, I'll try to talk a little louder. So I slept in today. I didn't get up till 5. I was tired. We had a big storm last night. Here, I'll just... There, I got my hands completely covered in crap there. So anyhow, what I was saying is we had a storm last night. It wasn't making me very happy, but can't change it. So we got 60-mile-an-hour winds for my American friends, so 100k winds. So anything that I hadn't raked would have, or everything I had raked would have just been gone. So I was glad I got baled what I had raked, and we showered a little, but not enough to do anything. But like I said, I didn't get up till 5 o'clock this morning because I slept in a bit, but I had to blow the radiator and the condenser and everything out. My AC quit working yesterday, and I was pretty grumpy about that because it wasn't much fun. Well, apparently I can't do anything very good with one hand here. Whoops, I just broke my pin out. So anyhow, I got my, or I'll turn it to see me. So I got the tractor radiator blown out. I got the cab filters shook out. Often you get new cab filters. So I'm gonna rake like hell and try to get maybe 2 towers worth raked. It's supposed to storm this afternoon, so I don't want to get too crazy, but the hay was too tough underneath last night to bale, so I don't know that I want to rake too much of it. So come along for the ride. We'll see what we can do. Have a little fun. Hey guys, back to raking. I've got, oh, hold that thing straight. I've got the pivot corners all raked. So I've just on to my first full rounds now that I'm raking. It takes a lot of time doing all that turning around, but once you get doing the full stuff, you're pretty efficient. I haven't even felt the hay. I don't know if it'll bale. I'm assuming with the winds we had last night that it shouldn't be a problem, but I just turned the radio off, and they were talking about the storms we're going to have this afternoon, so just a little nervous. I don't want to rake too much and have it blow away, but I also don't want to sit on my hands and then think, oh, I could have made 200 bales of hay and now I've let it rain on it or something. Because I've done that before too. Like I said in the last video, I grew up with, we only did 20 acres at a time, and we small squared everything, and there's lots of days where we only baled for 3 hours a day, because if it wasn't perfect or as good as close to perfect as we get, we didn't bale. If we were losing any leaves, we just shut off. Or losing too many leaves, we just shut off. We didn't worry. We waited till the next day, and like my grandpa, he never baled at night. He never had a tractor that had a light on it. You didn't bale at night, that'd be just silly. You work all day long, you can't be up all night baling. But when you milked cows and did everything else there, you didn't really feel like staying up all night baling. But I, on the other hand, quite enjoy baling at night. I get tired too. But drink lots of water, eat some snacks, give her hell's kind of my thing. I give the windows a little rinse with the pressure washer, but all that splatter from when it was muddy doesn't go away with that grime. You need to scrub it. But you guys get to look through dirty windows because I get to look through dirty windows. So, but as you can see, the hay looks nice raked. I shouldn't say it, I'll jinx it. That first wheel on the left hand side, I must have hit a pivot rut the right way and I bent a tooth. And so then it caught in the chain and I didn't notice it right away, and I drug it for a while, so I'm gonna have to change some rake teeth out. But this rake's been pretty good. I've never had any issues with busting teeth on it, but I also have a mandate where I do not let anyone borrow it. I let my brother-in-law borrow it, one of his Mennonites. I told him, don't crank it to the ground, leave it where it's set. And when I got it, he'd had the hoop of the wheel right to the ground, and those teeth were bent completely over. And then they bend my rake. It doesn't pull perfectly straight, but not much I could do about it. So it still rakes, it just isn't perfect. And like I said, brother-in-law's hired man, couldn't care less, and you have enough other dealings with my brother-in-law, it wasn't worth scrapping over. So like I said, I don't let him leave the farm unless I'm pulling it. So, but as you can see, it looks kind of daunting. I mean, it's nice, I got some hay to bale, but when you're worried it's going to rain on it again, you go, oh man, remember the olden days when we had just little 20-acre fields and we only did 20 acres at a time? But that's back in the wheel move days, and I tell the kids all the time, yeah, you guys missed out. We used to have to lay main line out and get everything irrigated, then you have to pick main line up so you could, and then everything, all the row crops you had to cultivate, the dry beans, the sugar beets, the sweet corn, the silage corn. And so you'd lay the main line out, you'd irrigate, then you'd have to pick it all up so you could spray, or so that you could cultivate. And then for hay, the alfalfa, we only did 2 cuttings, and so we'd wait a little later, and so it'd be, well, probably about this time of year, whatever the 21st or 20th, whatever it is of June, must be the 22nd. I think yesterday was the first day of summer or something. I don't know what day it is anyhow. It's must be Wednesday. So yeah, because the kids had to go, they went canoeing with the scouts last night. They're getting ready for a big scout camp. But anyhow, you had to pick up the main line every time, and the hay would be up to your hip, and you'd be in there as a kid digging that main line out to load on the pipe wagon. And I think one time when I was about 8, I had to drive the tractor, and I ran my grandpa over with the pipe wagon. He had arthritis really bad, and he was crippled, and he could barely walk. And he was walking there, and had the old 656, and I took 2 feet for me to hold the clutch because I wasn't allowed to put it in neutral. He's the one that taught me to swear and how to work. So, but my legs give out, and I pop the clutch, and I run Grandpa right over. If he could have got up, he would have beat the hell out of me. But Grandma come and told me it was all right, and I was allowed to put the tractor in neutral, and we pulled Grandpa out from under the pipe wagon, and he did his normal. For hell's sakes, the hell's wrong with you? And then he got back up and lifted mainline. But once I got a little bigger and a little tougher, then I didn't get to drive the tractor anymore. I just got to load the mainline. But like I said, Grandpa's the one that taught me how to work and how to swear. So it was, I learned lots. But I lived there quite a bit, and of course we were only half a mile away. So I need to get a mount so you guys can see what the heck I'm doing here. I normally would drive a little faster while doing that, but considering I'm trying not to run into the bales. When I moved the pivot over, I kind of screwed up. I should have just moved it over enough and then cut and then moved it back. I moved it across the whole field. And then I should have cut another round here so I didn't have quite so close to turn. But when I brake back, I skip around. And I kind of do like a 5-pass pattern. I'll go out and I'll come down, then I'll skip one, go up, then I'll skip one and go down, and then when I come down the other one, then I come back and go back up, then back down, and then that 5 strips are done, and then I go to the next one. And probably boring the hell out of everybody, but anyhow, she's breaking good. I got my handy dandy seagulls looking for any mice I fluff up. So, well, I don't know if you guys will be sick of my hay videos yet, but I might not give you a choice. So, holy cow, I've been really yapping too long here. It's like I've been 9 minutes of me yapping about everything. So, anyhow, it's a beautiful day so far. Kind of praying we don't get the bad weather, but can't change it, so just live with it. But if I could get 100 or 200 bales made up today, that'd make me pretty happy, boy. So I'll have to find out if you guys want to look at my ugly mug or not. So, but we'll just keep going round and round. And right now the AC's working in the 70-40 here, so that's pretty exciting. There, I'll flip you around. 2390. Dad had the mobile mechanic come out to charge the AC yesterday and he said that the compressor shot. So Dad has diabetes, and when he gets overheated, then his sugar goes for a wild ride too, and then he was trying to work on that all day, so he went pretty low. He was down to 2.0, and of course he had a Coke float instead of a little glass of orange juice or something. But he figured he called Wyatt was sitting and watching TV, and he called Wyatt and said, "Wyatt, I need you to come over and help me." So Wyatt put his coveralls on and went over, and Papa said, "Oh, get me the ice cream from downstairs and a can of Coke." So anyhow, that 2390, we bought that 10 years ago. I think it's a 1982 or 80, maybe it's an 83. But we bought that tractor. It was 2 owners. The owner had bought it, he'd ordered it in, of course, like an 82 or 3 or whatever it was. He'd ordered it in, and he'd had it for years and years and years, and left it sitting in the shop. He'd quit farming for 10 years before he sold it, and then the guy that bought it used it for 2 years, and then he left it in his shop for 3 years before he sold it. So we were able to buy that tractor with 2,500 hours on it. And like I said, not everyone's a Case fan, but that power shift is so nice, and it's such a nice usable tractor, and it's about 170 horsepower, and it's short coupled and rough. But like I said, we love our John Deere and everything, but those 90 series case tractors, you just can't beat them for just using them. And like I said, our 2090 loader tractor, that was the cat's meow until we got the 2294 with the front wheel assist. But those 90 series case tractors, they just work. And like I said, we'll have to do the power shift one day. It's doing good right now, but it was kind of a real nice find. But you look at people buying old tractors and you go, we paid like $12,000 for that tractor. You can't beat that. Have that kind of low hours on it and well taken care of. And said it's been a heck of a nice tractor. So, and it's good on fuel. If the blue tractor and the case tractor pulled the same, 14-foot fiber shank and worked all day, I literally will put twice as much fuel into this blue tractor as that case. That's just how it is. So, wow, I really am talking too long. Anyhow, if you guys get bored, just X out of this video. So, but I can't send all my pearls of wisdom onto you unless I keep talking. Oh well. So, anyhow, take care. We'll bring you back a little later. Bye-bye. Well, you can see we've had a storm go through. Just the baler's got all the leaves stuck on it. But you can see we're still showering on us, but it's dark to the south and sunny to the north. And we got 6 swaths left that we raked. We had one heck of a bad time baling this morning. I guess it's 3:30 in the afternoon now, but we had the baler that Ty was running. He had tons of problems with it, and it's finally taken back to Papa's place. And this one, the stuffer on the pickup, it's the little spline shaft that I told you guys previously was a problem. It migrated and screwed up the whole stuffer and took out the spline, so I hammered it into place and welded it. And then I was finally getting going again, and I pulled up the tie bale, and an alarm came on the tractor saying it was low of hydraulic fluid. So I went out, and yeah, it sure was. So I shut off the tractor, we went and got a pail, and when we got back, we went, oh goodness sakes, all the oil is out, and there's a little return line on the transmission. And you get a $200,000 freaking tractor with a fancy transmission, and they got a dollar fucking hose clamp that holds all the oil from falling out. So we put a new hose clamp on and drove 80 mile an hour to town and bought all the oil they had at the truck dealership, so we had enough hydraulic fluid. And now we're going again. And we just got rained on, but I can handle this rain. It just helped toughen the hay up for us, so I didn't stop for it anyhow. So I got my co-pilot with me right now. He just brought me some lunch. That put up hay and baled in the rain before, but I didn't know if some of the other guys had seen how the hay leaves stick all over the baler. So anyhow, we thank the Lord that we can keep going anyhow, so we'll just go as long as our equipment can hold out. So we'll see you in a bit. Try another little shot later, maybe. Well, to me, that's a beautiful bale, but you can see there's some pretty green spots in it. But this is we're at the pivot point, and I've got all the swaths that I raked baled up, and we had to go finish a bale, and I thought the close to the center point's the worst to rake. But we had a shower come through, so I never stopped baling but it was a double swath, dry underneath. See, we're at 23.4. 23.5, that's pretty consistent. Ah, 39. If I would get a 17 in there, I'd just keep baling. But I think it's about 5:30 p.m. Baled a lot longer than I thought. Had some issues with our stuffer. Looks like I have issues here. We'll have to fix that, Wyatt. I just had my finger in front of the camera. Okay. So we'll have to hammer that and then tighten that back up. Okay. So, anyhow. So, and Wyatt's back with me, as you can see. He helps me out when he doesn't want to watch TV or clean house. So, I think we'll call it a day until I start working here in a couple more hours. Might go find some supper, and then I'll come out and rake again. So, guess I'll flip you around. So, be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Summer solstice, it's 10:30 at night, and it's almost dark. It's supposed to be the longest day, but I guess it was light at 4 o'clock this morning, so we can't complain too much. So, we're back at it. We've been going for a while. We came out to fuel the tractor and decided let's make a bale, and our moistures were good. We're from 14 to 19, and we're losing some leaves, but as it gets dark, we'll keep those, and then I'll probably rake again once it gets too wet to bale. Or I might wait till morning. Depends how I feel. Wyatt's with me. He's got a test in the morning, so I can try to tell him to go home, but it's in the afternoon now. So now he thinks he wants to bale with me. I've tried to convince him that he should run the tractor and I should go to home, but he said I'll just waste my time on YouTube, so I should just bail. That he's actually in the instructor seat, so he should be doing the instruction. So you can see I'm losing some leaves there. The leaves are dry on top. Like I said, the only reason I'm really baling is because the weather is unsettled, or else I would just let her toughen up. I wouldn't bail until it got right dark, and then I'd bail for a couple hours then. So I much rather bail and rake, but it's too dry to rake yet, so can get fat from skipping meals or having less or an appropriate amount of food to eat. So anyhow, I don't even know if I got you in view here, but I'm gonna keep baling and I'll let you guys know in the morning how I do. So take care. Well, it's midnight. You won't be able to see nothing. Well, I didn't park the truck in the right place. We got the rake hook back up, but it's starting to drizzle, so we've called it a night. So had a good day except for all the breakdowns, but just mean we had to work a few extra hours. Not afraid to do that. So today's a wrap. Summer solstice.